When we talk about mental burnout, we are not talking about emotional weakness. We are talking about neurobiology. The human brain was not designed to live in a continuous state of alert. It was made to alternate between activation and recovery. When this alternation fails, the system starts to demand payment. The first sign is usually persistent cognitive fatigue. It's not just lack of sleep. It's the difficulty in sustaining attention, making simple decisions, and maintaining mental clarity. This happens because areas like the prefrontal cortex, responsible for planning, focus, and self-regulation, begin to lose efficiency under prolonged stress. At the same time, the brain repeatedly activates the stress axis, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. This keeps cortisol levels high for long periods. Cortisol helps in the short term. In excess and chronically, it disrupts. It interferes with memory, concentration, sleep, and the ability to feel pleasure. That's why a common sign is functional emotional anesthesia. The person continues to produce, function, respond, but with an internal feeling of emptiness or detachment. Another important sign is emotional hyperreactivity. Small stimuli start to generate disproportionate responses. This occurs because the amygdala, a brain structure linked to threat detection, becomes more sensitive under continuous stress. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, which regulates these responses, is overloaded. The result is easy irritation, impatience, a feeling of being on the edge all the time. Not due to a lack of moral control, but due to an imbalance between brain systems. The body also participates in this process. The autonomic nervous system remains in sympathetic activation, action, and survival mode for longer. This explains constant muscle tension, nonspecific pains, gastrointestinal changes, and a real difficulty in relaxing. Another frequent sign is the difficulty of mental shutdown. Even at rest, the brain continues to anticipate demands, problems, and responsibilities. This is not a lack of willpower. It's a brain conditioned to remain vigilant. Over time, a reduction in intrinsic motivation emerges. Dopamine, a neurotransmitter linked to purpose and reward, responds less. Tasks lose their meaning. The effort increases, but the sense of return diminishes. It's important to understand. The organism is not failing. It is trying to protect itself from an energy cost that has become too high. These signs do not ask for judgment. They ask for correct interpretation. From a neuroscientific point of view, recovery does not begin with more effort. It begins with interrupting the cycle of hyperactivation, with real breaks, with regulated sleep, with a reduction of continuous stimuli, and, often, with professional support. Ignoring these signs keeps the brain in threat mode. Recognizing them is the first step to returning the nervous system to a state of balance. Caring for mental health is not a modern luxury. It is a biological requirement, an understanding that changes everything.